Well, happy Friday morning to all of you. I hope your day is off to an exceptional start. Let's dive into God's Word together. We're going to look at one verse today from 1 Corinthians chapter 13. And it says this: Love never fails, but where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. But did you catch the first three words? Love never fails. Important stuff to know. This morning, we're going to be taking a look at what that means, that love never fails, and how that affects some of our relationships, some of our most important relationships. Now, in our Word for You Today devotional for this Friday, it starts off with, the words of a popular song go. And so before I even tell you what the words are, I have to understand the word popular. I don't know about all of you, but for me, there hasn't been a whole lot of interaction between myself and popular music probably since the mid-70s. So things that are popular today, I'm pretty much out of touch on. I might pick up a few things from Radio Disney, or songs that may show up once in a while on a TV show. But as far as the majority of popular music today, I'm kind of out of touch. And what's popular with our teenagers today probably isn't popular with their parents or their grandparents or their great-grandparents. And the stuff that my parents and my grandparents listened to would make our kids just laugh and chuckle about, man, that's so simple. I did a fun study a few years back. For my birthday, I went back and looked at the Billboard #1 song for my birthday every year from the year of my birth up until last year, 2019. And as I did that, it was interesting to see the styles of music change. And Elvis, who was such a radical new music entry on the scene in the 50s and 60s, he was #1 on the day I was born. And yet it was a very, very soft, thoughtful song. Certainly not even what people today think of as being Elvis. It was a song, Are You Lonely Tonight? And so the word popular when it comes to music changes so much over time. But we begin with, the words of a popular song go. Now we'll let you see if you know the song. I love you for 100,000 reasons, but most of all, I love you 'cause you're you. Now I gotta confess, I've never heard that song. I'm going to have to look it up. My first thought was, that kind of sounds like something Mr. Rogers would say. I like you just the way you are. All right? So I had to type in those lyrics and look them up. And you know what I found out? That was a song written or recorded by a guy named Jim Reeves. The name of the song was I Love You Because. And it came out in 1964. In 1964, I was 3 years old. All right, so it may have been a popular song at one time. It might have been a popular song for a lot of you, but my generation and succeeding generations, that's all new to us. But the words are still important. I love you most of all because you're you. And there's great truth in that song, particularly when it comes to our children. A Christian psychologist writes, when the birth of a first child is imminent, the parents pray that the child will be normal. That is, average. But from that moment on, average is no longer good enough for them. The child must excel. Their child must succeed. They must triumph. They must become the first of their age to walk, or to talk, or to ride a tricycle. They must earn stunning report cards and amaze their teachers with their wit and their wisdom. They also must star in Little League and later be the quarterback or the senior class president, or possibly the head cheerleader or a soloist or the homecoming queen. Throughout their formulative years, some parents give their children the same message day after day. And the message is this: we're counting on you to do something fantastic, so don't disappoint us. But unfortunately, exceptional children are just that. They're exceptions. The word exceptional means unusual, not typical, uncommon, atypical, extraordinary, outstanding, remarkable. That's not everybody. Seldom does a 5-year-old memorize the entire King James Bible, or play chess while blindfolded, or begin to write symphonies. The vast majority of our kids are not dazzlingly brilliant. I can't even talk today. They're just plain kids with an oversized need to be loved and accepted just the way they are. Most parents, to be honest, have average kids, and that's okay. To expect more sets the stage for considerable disappointment for parents, and it puts unrealistic pressure on the younger generation. Now let's recall that song. Most of all, I love you 'cause you're you. If you take that message to heart, one day those children will rise up and call you blessed, as we read in Proverbs 31:28. Love your kids, love your grandkids, just because they are. Love them and accept them for who they are. Don't push them into unrealistic expectations, but let them find their way and encourage them along that way, and they'll turn out just fine. A great message today from the Word for you today. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay cool because it's going to be hot outside. Enjoy the air conditioning, and hopefully we'll see you Sunday morning in worship, either in person or online. I love you guys. Have a great weekend.